Jacob saw headlights shine from behind him and heard the honking of another car's horn. When he turned back to look, he saw Gavin and Susan hurrying toward him.
Wait. We need you, damn it. Don't walk away from us, you're our last hope.
What now? Come to threaten me again, Mr. Big Shot? Or are you here to finish what your goons started?
Look, I know we fucked up. My men are idiots and I'm an idiot. Just, please, we're desperate here.
You guys reminded me I'm just an intern, remember? Not authorized to treat patients. Wouldn't want to risk your precious son's life with an amateur, would we? Isn't that what you all said?
How dare you speak to us like that? Do you have any idea who we are? We snap our fingers and doctors come running. The best in the country fall over themselves to help us.
Well then, snap away, Your Highness. I'm sure your money can buy a miracle. Why don't you go wave your checkbook at someone else and leave me the hell alone?
How much do you want? Name your price and it's yours. $1 million? 10 million? Just save our boy.
There you go again, thinking money solves everything. Newsflash, it can't buy back a life. Your son is dying, and you're still trying to throw money at the problem.
You little shit! I'll have you expelled! I'll ruin your life! You'll never practice medicine anywhere after I'm done with you.
Shut the fuck up, Susan. Your goddamn mouth got us into this mess. Can't you see you're making it worse? For once in your life, just shut up.
Even Gavin couldn't bear to listen to Susan's ranting anymore. Before she could respond, her cell phone rang. She was uncharacteristically quiet as she listened to the caller, and she burst into tears as soon as she hung up.
What's wrong?
Oh God, Gavin! Brandon's getting worse. They want us to say goodbye. Our baby. They're telling us to prepare for the worst. What have we done?
Susan's sarcastic demeanor disappeared as she grabbed the lapels of Gavin's coat and burst into loud sobs. Gavin looked as though his worst nightmare had come true. He grabbed Jacob's shoulders with trembling hands and said,
Please, I'm begging you. Save my son. I'll do anything. You want me to get on my knees? I'll do it. You want me to sign over my company? It's yours. Just please don't let my boy die.
Get your hands off me. You think you can bully and beg your way out of this? That you can manhandle me into submission? You people are unbelievable.
Jacob pushed Gavin's hands away and turned toward the school. Susan was not ready to let go of her son without a fight. When she saw Jacob walk away without a glance behind him, she ran in front of him, threw herself on the ground and wrapped her arms around his legs in a deceptively strong grip.
Please? I know I'm a bitch, okay? I admit it. I'm a terrible person. I see that now. Don't punish our son for my mistakes. I'm sorry. I'm so fucking sorry. Just don't let my baby die because of me.
Jacob frowned. He wanted to leave, but he was moved despite his misgivings when he saw Susan's pitiful theatrics. He may have been justifiably angry about the entire situation, but his heart wasn't made of stone. He recalled what his ancestor had told him in his vision. His responsibility was to cure the sick and do good in the world.
God damn it. This isn't about you. It's not about your money or your apologies. It's about a life hanging in the balance. Fine. Let's go back to that hellhole of a hospital. But don't think for a second this makes us even.
About an hour later, after Jacob administered another acupuncture treatment, Brandon's condition seemed to stabilize at last. Jacob breathed a sigh of relief.
Everyone, please don't touch those needles. Not unless you want another disaster on your hands. We've got 3 days of hell ahead of us. If anything goes south again, the kid's as good as dead. Got it? I'm talking round-the-clock monitoring, not a single misstep. One screw-up and it's game over.
The attending doctor beside him nodded solemnly. Gavin and Susan were visibly relieved once they had been assured that their son had avoided death, at least for the time being. Susan's arrogant attitude had completely disappeared and she couldn't stop expressing her gratitude to Jacob.
Doctor, yeah, you're a saint. How can we ever repay you? Name it anything at all. We owe you our son's life.
Gavin took out his checkbook.
Name your price, kid. Sky's the limit. 10 million? 50 million? Whatever you want, it's yours. Just say the word.
Put it away. I don't want your money.
He was about to leave it at that, but Gavin took out a gold-coated name tag and a credit card from his wallet.
Look, I get it. You're above all this, but take this card at least. It's a blank check for anything in Oakdale. Food, clothes, entertainment, you name it, it's yours. Consider it a token of our appreciation.
Jacob hesitated for a moment, and then finally accepted the name tag and card as his first consultation fee.
All right, if you insist.
What Jacob didn't know was that Gavin's business assets were spread all over Oakdale, and they included food outlets, clothing stores, entertainment centers, shopping outlets, and more. With carte blanche on a company card, Jacob could live in Oakdale City with no money of his own, which was inherently more useful than a check. The way that Gavin saw it, Jacob's medical skills were extraordinary, and Brandon would likely need medical attention in the future given the severity of his injuries. It certainly benefited him to befriend someone with such incredible talents. After Jacob had put his new card away, Director Hernandez walked over to them both with a smile on his face.
Well, well, if it isn't our golden boy, the talk of the hospital, how about we fast track you to an attending physician, eh? Forget that pesky internship.
A few hours ago, you couldn't wait to kick me out. Treated me like dirt under your shoe. Now I'm your star, your golden ticket. I don't need your fake praise or your bullshit promotion, Mr. Hernandez.
But, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You can't possibly...
Watch me, I'm out of here. Try not to kill anyone while I'm gone. Though with the incompetence around here, I'm not holding my breath.
SFX, footsteps receding. Jacob stormed off, leaving everyone stunned in his wake. Dr. Barrett watched Jacob make his way down the hallway and goggled at Director Hernandez in disbelief.
What the hell just happened? Did he seriously just turn down a direct promotion? Is the kid insane?
Director Hernandez only glared back at him. Dr. Barrett was nearly responsible for destroying the entire hospital by failing to treat their top donor's son.
Shut it, Barrett. You're lucky I don't fire your incompetent ass right now. In fact, let's have a little chat about your future here.
What? What are you talking about? You can't do this to me. I've given years to this hospital.
Watch me. How does pushing papers in logistics sound? It's that or the unemployment line. Take your pick.
No, please. I'll do anything. Don't ruin my career over one mistake. I have a family to support, a reputation to maintain.
You nearly killed our biggest donor's kid. You put this entire hospital at risk. Consider yourself lucky you're not in jail for malpractice. Now either take the transfer or clean out your desk.
Dr. Barrett crumpled to the floor, his world shattering around him. The bustling hospital corridor suddenly felt cold and alien, as the reality of his fall from grace sank in. After running a dozen times around the sports field and practicing his martial arts moves, Jacob felt energized. He returned to his room to take a shower, change his clothes, and head out. Every summer break, he had found part-time work so he could give his mother money to help her out. He knew that without a license to practice medicine, he would need to find a job. But Jacob knew he wouldn't be the only student looking. He was aware that there would be fierce competition for the available work. The morning passed quickly as Jacob walked around town, trying to find a job. The relentless summer sun beat down on him as he trudged through the bustling city streets. Hours of fruitless job hunting had left him exhausted and disheartened. His stomach growled painfully, a stark reminder of his dwindling funds. Rounding a corner, he came face to face with the imposing facade of the King's Hotel. Its gleaming windows and gold-trimmed entrance stood in stark contrast to his worn-out sneakers and faded t-shirt. Jacob's hand instinctively went to his pocket, fingers brushing against the Tyrell Corporation card Gavin had given him. A fleeting spark of hope ignited in his chest, only to be quickly extinguished as he spotted the stern-faced security guard at the entrance. His shoulders slumped in defeat.
Who am I kidding? I don't belong here.
Just as he was about to turn away, a painfully familiar voice cut through the air like a knife, freezing him in place.
Holy shit! Noah! Would you look at this place? It's like something out of a goddamn movie.
Baby, this is just the beginning. Wait till you see the inside.
No way! God, I can't believe we're actually going to eat here. I bet they serve champagne for breakfast.
Jacob's blood ran cold as he slowly turned, his eyes falling on Mia, his ex-girlfriend. She was draped over the arm of Noah, a notorious womanizer from their medical school. The sight of them together felt like a sucker punch to his gut.
You've got to be kidding me.
Noah's eyes scanned the entrance, his smug grin faltering as he spotted Jacob. Mia followed his gaze, her expression morphing from surprise to malicious glee.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Jacob, yeah. What's the matter, Jacob? Got lost on your way to the homeless shelter?
So, Jacob, how'd street trash like you even find this place?
I'm here for lunch, same as you.
This is King's, you delusional moron. They wouldn't let you wash dishes here, let alone eat.
Christ, you look like you got dressed in the dark at a Goodwill. What's wrong? Mommy couldn't afford to buy you big boy clothes.
At least I earned my place at school, unlike some people who had daddy buy their way in.
Listen here, you little piece of shit. This place? It's for people who fucking matter. Not some poverty-stricken loser playing dress-up. Why don't you do everyone a favor and crawl back to whatever gutter you came from?
Baby! Don't waste time on this pathetic excuse for a man. He's just a sad little orphan who doesn't know when he's not wanted.
Although Jacob didn't usually care what people thought about him, Mia's words still stung. Seeing that she was getting a reaction, she continued.
Poor Jacob. He doesn't even know who his father is.
What the fuck happened to you, Mia? When did you turn into such a heartless gold-digging bitch?
I woke up and realized what a colossal mistake you were. Do you have any idea how embarrassing it was to be seen with you? Always wearing the same ratty clothes, never able to take me anywhere nice.
Oh, I'm so fucking sorry for inconveniencing your precious life, princess. It must be so hard being a shallow, materialistic whore. Tell me, how does it feel to sell your body for a designer handbag?
You fucking piece of rat shit! Let's just go in, Noah. I can't be bothered with him anymore.
Watch your goddamn mouth, you fucking peasant. You don't talk to her like that.
Jacob stumbled backward, his fists clenching at his sides. For a moment, it looked like he might retaliate. But then, something shifted in his eyes. A calm determination settled over him as he straightened up.
You know what? You two deserve each other. Enjoy your overpriced lunch and your empty, soulless lives.
Oh, look at Mr. High and Mighty here, acting like he's better than us when he can't even afford a decent meal. Why don't you run along and find a nice dumpster to eat from?
Maybe if he's lucky, they'll let him lick the plates clean in the kitchen.
Mia and Noah both laughed, enjoying the moment. Jacob ignored them and walked toward the door. The security guard frowned slightly, preparing to turn Jacob away, but Jacob held out the card that Gavin had given him. The guard took it from him and inspected it closely. As he turned the card over, he noticed the signature on the back. The guard nodded respectfully to Jacob as he realized that the young man was a guest of Gavin Feliciano. Jacob thanked the guard and walked in without looking back.
What the actual fuck? There's no way they're letting that trash in. This has to be some kind of mistake.
He must be working here or something. That's it, right? They probably need someone to clean the toilets or take out the garbage.
Yeah, that's gotta be it. No way a loser like that gets in otherwise.
Noah? Did you see what kind of card he showed the guard? It looked important?
Who gives a shit what kind of card it was? There's no way that nobody has connections here. Come on, let's go in and show him what real class looks like.
As soon as Jacob entered the hotel, a member of staff immediately walked up to him. When he saw Jacob's VIP card, his eyes widened in shock. Despite Jacob's humble appearance, the waiter forced a professional tone.
Welcome, sir. Would you care to dine in our exclusive private room, away from the commoners?
No thanks. I'm dining alone, so I'd rather eat with the commoners in the main restaurant.
The waiter nodded stiffly and led Jacob to a seat near a window. Opening the menu, Jacob saw that there were no prices listed in it.
Figures. These rich bastards probably use $100 bills as napkins.
The menu was extensive and included dishes from all over the world. Jacob ordered a steak. The waiter nodded curtly and snatched the menu back.
It won't be long, sir.
Not long after, his steak arrived. Jacob noted that it was cooked just as he had requested and was tender and juicy in his mouth. As he was enjoying his meal, he heard an angry voice.
What the fuck? My favorite seat has been taken by some nobody. Where's that useless manager?
Jacob raised his head and saw that Noah was glaring at him, his face red with rage. Another member of staff hurried over to where Noah was standing.
Is there a problem, sir? Perhaps I can assist.
That's my goddamn personal table, you idiot. Every time I come here, your manager makes sure it's available for me. What the hell is that scruffy piece of shit doing sitting at my table?
I'm terribly sorry, sir, but that gentleman is also a guest here. I don't believe you made a reservation, so that table is already in use. The table over there is also in a very nice location. Perhaps you'd be happy sitting there today?
Are you out of your fucking mind? I'm a platinum member, you brainless twat. I'm not some peasant to be fobbed off with a second-class table. Go and fetch your manager before I have your job.
Moments later, a rotund and looking man strode over, his face a mask of fortune.
What seems to be the problem here, sir?
Listen here, Larry, you incompetent fool. I told you 1,000 fucking times that whenever I grace this establishment with my presence, I want that seat. So why that life sitting there while I'm standing here like an idiot, being offered some random shitty table?
Yes, Mr. Sanford. I'm dreadfully sorry. Not to worry. I'll arrange something for you immediately.
The manager looked over at Jacob. Despite the young man's ordinary appearance, Larry didn't want to assume that Jacob was someone he could afford to offend. Noah saw the manager hesitating.
Look, you fat imbecile. I want to sit in my usual seat. If you, as the so-called manager, can't arrange that, then I'll have no choice but to speak to Mr. Feliciano. I'm sure he'd be very interested to hear how you treat your VIP guests.
Although Noah only had very loose connections to Gavin Feliciano, he liked to imply that they were closer than that, and he had bragged on several occasions to the manager about how close he was to Gavin.
No, I'm sure that won't be necessary. Please don't be offended, Mr. Sanford. I'm certain there's no need to bother Mr. Feliciano with such a trivial matter.
Resolutely, Larry walked over to where Jacob was sitting.
Excuse me, sir. There is a very important guest here who prefers this particular table. Would you be willing to move to another table? I can give you a 20% discount on today's meal in compensation. What do you say,
Sorry, but I also like the seat, and I haven't finished eating yet. I'll leave after my meal, not a minute sooner.
Then he picked up a piece of steak and put it in his mouth, chewing slowly and deliberately. Something about Jacob's confidence made Larry unwilling to risk offending him. He walked nervously back to Noah.
Mr. Sanford, I'm afraid the gentleman won't move. Perhaps you could take another seat just for today?
You really are fucking useless, Larry. Just look at him. Does he look like someone who can afford to eat here? I know that loser. He's just a poor medical student who probably sucked dick to get in here. I have no idea why your incompetent doorman even let him in.
Is that so?
Of course it is, you idiot. Why the hell would I bother lying?
Returning to Jacob, the manager asked,
Sir, I'm going to have to see your membership card. Please.
He doesn't have a fucking membership card, you moron. He's just some poor student trying to play rich. I already told you that.
Jacob finished his mouthful and looked up at the manager.
Are you seriously doubting my right to eat here?
Of course not, sir. It's just that Mr. Sanford has expressed his doubts. So I really have to ask. We only cater to the elite here, so I just need to check your credentials.
Jacob took out his VIP card and placed it on the table.
Well, I think I'll have to call Gavin. If I can't even eat a fucking meal in peace, I don't know what he means by giving me this card.
Along with the VIP card was a gold-plated name tag. The manager's heart missed a beat, and he started to perspire profusely as he looked in shock at the two items. He knew instantly that the cards were authentic.
It certainly seems that everything is in order. Please accept my sincerest apologies if I caused any offense, sir.
Noah and Mia looked on in shock at the manager's change in demeanor. They were surprised to see how reluctant he was to offend Jacob. Noah muttered,
Surely his card can't be real. This has to be some kind of sick joke.
Do you have any more questions, or can I finish my meal in peace now?
No, sir. None at all. Please enjoy the rest of your meal in peace. If there's anything you need, anything at all, don't hesitate to ask.
Jacob smiled, savoring not just his steak, but the look of utter disbelief and growing fear on Noah's face.